Good day, cricket fans, and welcome back to the Islandstats.com cricket show. It's Sunday, which means it's time to dive deep into all the action from the local pitches right here in Bermuda. We'll be dissecting the weekend's clashes, celebrating standout performances, and looking ahead to what's next in the 2025 season. Whether you were at the grounds or following online, we've got all the angles covered. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk cricket. And good afternoon, and welcome to this edition of the Islandstats Cricket Show. I'm your host, Earl Basting. Joining me is special guest, Jason Ford, Juggling Jay. We are awaiting the arrival of Doc Manders, who just watched the end of Bailey's Bay being relegated as they went down by 25 runs to Somerset Cricket Club, up at the Somerset Cricket Club. Bailey's Bay will join PHC as the two relegated teams from the Premier Division, while Flats Victoria joined First Division champions Warwick Workmen's as they are promoted, with Southampton Rangers crowned the Premier Division champions. Let me just quickly run down the scores from today, Juggler. It was Somerset Cricket Club 199 for 8, Bailey's Bay 174 for 7, with Somerset winning by 25 runs. Down in St. George's Cricket Club defeated St. David's Cricket Club by 91 runs. St. George's scored 172 for 6, St. David's 81 all out. And then at the Southampton Oval, Southampton Rangers defeated PHC by 128 runs. Southampton Rangers scored 203 for 9, and PHC were bowled out for 75. In the First Division, at Wellington Oval, Flats defeated Somerset Bridge by 7 wickets. Somerset Bridge were bowled out for 83, and Flats scored 84 for 3. And then at Southampton Oval, Devonshire Recreation Club went down to Warwick Workman Club by 84 runs. Warwick scored 175 for 5. Devonshire Rec were 91 for 8 when their 20 overs were up. And then at Somerset Cricket Club, Cleveland County defeated Willowcotts by 49 runs. Cleveland County 141 for 9. Willowcotts 92 all out. Well, those were the scores from today, Juggler. I guess the one game everybody would have had the eye on would have been the match at Somerset Cricket Club between Bailey's Bay and Somerset, as they went into the game both on 10 points. And whoever was going to be the victor there were going to be the team that was going to stay up for the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's the matchup. First of all, hey, good afternoon, everybody. No, I think that was probably these are the two teams that probably been the two probably most disappointing teams of the season so far, based on past. But as you know, cricket is a new season, right? And if you get off to a bad start, especially in a short season of a 2020 league that is very short, if you don't get off on the right start and just narrowly miss out on here and there, next thing you know, you're fighting for relegation, and that's what you saw today. And just going over the card, it looked like, and we speak with Doc when he comes in, but Crazy James came into his second spell and tore the heart right out of Bailey's Bay side. They were going at a pretty steady pace, and Crazy came back on and picked up 3 quick wickets.
And in the
16th over, 17th over actually.
Yeah, last week he pretty much destroyed PHC early in the inning as well, and that record, 13 all out, 18 all out, something like that. 13, yeah. But when you look at it, they got off to a perfect start because Dominic Sabir and JJ Nell opened the inning, and they put on 90 for the first wicket. 9.2 overs with JJ Nell for 30. And then Dominic Sabir goes on to score 83 off of 50, 8 fours, 5 sixes. That kind of set the tone. Zarai Tomlinson chipped in 22, Crazy 15. They had a little blip there. I got a message. Here comes that tumble, because earlier in the season, Somerset were sitting well. I think it was like 140 Yeah, against St. George's, I think it was 140 for two, and they're all out. Or was it St. David's or somebody, and then just crumbled kind of thing. That it kind of identified their season up and down, but they got the job done today that kept them up. Kind of, that's what they were hoping for something. Rodney Trott 4 was 3 for 37. Danico Hollis 4 was 3 for 33. Michael Lagarde, he's been quiet all season. McQueen Walker, no wickets, 41 runs from 3 overs. Kyle Hutzel, 3 overs, 18. Davis Bay has really struggled to identify themselves this year, wouldn't you say?
Well, it's definite. I think I want to say this was the first game probably for Michael Guard too.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing his name. Yeah.
Also, Jaden just coming back. But yeah, they haven't. I mean, and I hate to say this here because we there was a lot of noise last week regarding the wickets due to that rain and and even just early wickets. And you've really seen that Bay's seamers have not produced even today between Kyle, Hutzel, Creel Walker, and Michael Guard. Even there's a little spin, and even Jordan Burgess, 4 bowlers, you had 1 wicket between them all.
Yeah.
And that's something that Bay used to hang their pride on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you're looking at Hollis, who picked up some wickets today, and Picnic. So it's something that obviously they're going through some transition. If you're seeing Steven Outerbridge over the innings today, which was he told me he had to buckle down.
Right? He buckled down, all right. He buckled down for 55.
What I will say, what I did enjoy seeing this weekend, Earl, most of the teams batted out their 20 overs.
Yeah,
it was the last few weeks. There wasn't many that was batting out 20.
No,
but most of the teams this week batted out to 20, or came close to batting out to 20. So when unfortunately, the round 2020 is over. But I think some of these guys, who I was playing in the smash, they're trying to get in good nick.
So let's see, buddy. Bay and then they open with Taryn and Steven, I guess, looking forward to trying to get some early runs. Even if you look at someone like Taryn, 12 from 12, but 1-4 and 1-6 early in his inning. Then you had Steven 55 from 45, 6 4s, 1-6. Jaden Mandis, his first game with them, 16 off of 11. Then they had that fallout where Jordan out without scoring off the 3. Rodney is one of those ones. He can get you 20 odd. He got 23 from 21. A guard 15 from 7. Jermaine Usher 4 from 5. Danico 18 from 9, and Kyle gave you 19 from 8. So they were just too deep in a hole to get themselves out of it. And then you say it like Tracy James, he came back in that spell. 4 was 3 for 29. Isaiah Richardson, 3 overs, 1 for 37. Brianna Ray, 2 overs, none for 22. Dominic Sabir, 4 overs, 1 for 34. Antonio Darrow, 4 overs, 1 for 23. Callum McIntosh, 2 overs, 1 for 15. Amari Eben gave up 14 runs in 1 over, didn't get a wicket. It's just, now Somerset have something to build on, and obviously Davis Bay have to rebuild.
Yeah, well, let me see. Look, like I said, that from Steven going out at 103, Michael Guard, I went to the second ball of the 17th over with Crazy, 28, and then 2 balls later to get Rodney at 130 for 6. Then Jermaine Usher. That was the last really good chance of somebody who can actually try to get close to the boundary.
Yeah.
Hollis is more of a shot maker. He's not gonna be good with the top 2 often.
Right.
and then what was left in the shed was Lazai Outerbridge and McCreel Walker. So um, that was pretty much, and I think that's where Bay is probably lacking this year in that department, most definitely.
Right.
No Shirai Tavares today.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a good season with the bat. So, like I said, Somerset, good to look for some of the youngsters. McCollum.
Yes.
I mean, Column playing and getting through Isaiah. See LJ back out on a regular basis.
Right.
Zarai, first time Zarai, I believe, played. So then Crazy, like I said, Crazy, he's that player, Arrow, that I think a lot of times you overlook him. Yeah, he's big in size, but he has his gentle delivery, and it could be very, very, very deceiving. Very deceiving.
Yeah.
Very deceiving.
When he's determined to do something, he really works hard at it and looks to make sure it pays off. It's just you want him to be more consistent at it.
Yeah. And he's a good batsman. Batsman. So and especially in this short form of the game, like he could beat the ball. So interesting how much he's going to actually be playing in the Smash next week. And once again, be knocking the door. I haven't seen the national squad total team yet, but be interesting because he is versatile.
Yeah. I don't even think the board's seen the national squad team. So
I just threw it out. I ain't seen it.
You threw it out there. I threw it out for there.
Hasn't been released yet.
Well, tomorrow's Monday. They go to the favorite place. They'll be all right.
Okay. Well, I'll tune in.
Yeah. Well, the next game, we got to see. We got Doc. Doc.
Hey guys.
Hey Doc.
How you doing?
Hey Jason. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull over. Yeah, I'll just give you a look. I heard most of the stuff you guys were saying about the game. It's nice from my vantage point. It's nice to see that they're playing on a fairly decent wicket, man. Especially after, like Jason was saying last week, there's low scoring games, and that was mainly due to a lot of the wickets not being prepared because the week of rain we had. But to watch today's game, I watched a little bit of Warwick and Devonshire Rex game too. That wicket didn't play too bad. Yeah, the bounce was a little low, but no misbehaving, no up and down. The wicket was pretty good. But to watch Bay and Somerset, it was a nice crowd. Like I said, the wickets really done a very, very good job. That field looked immaculate. The grounds itself looked nice. The field was quite low. It looks like you want to play cricket again. It almost looked like one of those wickets in July and August where they got a lot of, it's been ruled hard and stuff. But you got to give kudos to Reed. It's really done a good job up there. The game itself, Somerset batted really well. They got a good start. Me personally, I think that's probably where they want it. JJ now got 30, and Domo, the captain, batted well. There was one time I think it was 80 and 90 off about 7-8 overs.
Right.
So they got a really, really good start. In between there, they lost a few wickets, but in the middle order where I think Denico came in and got 1 or 2 wickets to kind of slow down the run rate. And then towards the end, they picked up again and ended up getting, a decent total, like 199. So, and on that wicket, I thought if Bay would have, the turn would have probably got off with Steven, it could have made it a lot closer. But they turned, unfortunately, this year got out. I mean, this game, Harry got out early.
Yeah.
And Steven stayed around, got a good 50 odd. And Somerset's feeling was really, really good. I mean, they got some good catches in there. So, and the bowling wasn't too bad. I think towards the end, the wickets started to stay just a little lower or slower. But, it was probably because, it was two games on it. So,
yeah.
Otherwise, like I said, it was a good game, and Somerset thoroughly deserved to win that game.
Sure. Definitely. And we've talked about the tracks thus far this season, and the struggles that the clubs have had in ensuring that the wickets are prepared. It's just it's been, for me, it's been a bit of disappointment that we haven't had the wickets up to the par that we needed them to have some good cricket throughout the island. I know people have talked very good about the wicket at Somerset. There's other places that people are talking about the wickets that are not really, and either it's lack of tools or whatever it is, groundsmen or whatever it is, that has to be addressed very soon. If not, we're not. It's all going to end. It's really just going to end.
Yeah, most definitely. My thing is, and I talked to a few guys up to the game. Some of these senior guys like Neil Gibbons, a few of those guys are to the game, and Vincent Reed and a few of these guys, Joe Bailey, and I was saying, I remember coming up and during my day, we always met with the football association, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to like, when I was playing at Stars, we played at St. John's Field. Danny Town's game was always away. So we got a nice 2 weeks to work, or 2 or 3 weeks to work on their wicket,
Mm-hmm.
So it gets your groundsman time to, to get some grass growing on it, and rule it and stuff, so now we don't get that. And Somerset, I talked, speaking to Reed. Reed had enough time to get his ready because that game's finished, a little early too. And
Yes.
he was there, and Reed was doing work through the week, so that made it a lot easier for him. You know what I mean? So,
That's the
and you
struggle
could
that these
see it.
clubs are having. That's the
Yeah,
struggle these clubs are having. They're not
exactly.
got the personnel there throughout
Too.
the day to put that time in. You know what I mean? To prepare the wickets up to the standard where back in the day when you had what Juggler, we were talking the other day. You're talking about Bull Swan. You're talking about
Yeah,
Sheridan. You're talking about Bojangles.
Glenn,
You're talking about Shot
Glenn
Collington.
Gilbert.
You're talking about all
Yeah.
they were taking care of the wickets throughout the year. So then when football stopped, they were
Oh yeah,
already on top of it to then do what they
exactly.
had to do to the wicket to be ready to play. Because remember, you guys were playing, if not late, mid or early April.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was always no. It was like middle April or towards the
Mhm.
end of April. Those wickets were ready. Give
Yeah.
the guys ample time because we was working with the football association. So, the games were most of the games that had grounds where they play football and cricket. You have to
Mhm.
give the groundsmen enough time to prepare it. And some, like I said, some guys can't do it through the week. But even after 5, if the wickets, if somebody could do it after 5, like our groundsman, Paddy Gilbert, used, and he stayed close by. He used to water it during the day, right?
Yeah.
We got the clay ready for him. You guys had to shift clay for him. So all that was ready. By the time the
Mhm.
season started, the first game might be a little,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say soft, but just softer than like July and August. But it's playable. That's the main thing. You don't want balls to be scooting, jumping up, and stuff. These guys can't play on wickets and you're playing 2020 cricket. How are you supposed to improve it, right? If you're playing on wickets like this, sir. Now, a prime example today, right? Where this wicket was so good, a lot of the bowlers actually didn't know where to bowl, right? Because the wicket was playing so true. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, once they drop short, bang! If they bowl outside the or something, these guys are cutting, hooking, and this is both sides of both sides, Somerset and St. George's. Early bowlers find it very difficult to bowl on their wicket only because the wicket was nice and true. You know,
Mm.
so my thing is like we have to give the batsmen a chance too. If you look at the smash coming up, how many guys are on form? Smash starts this week. How many guys are on form? Or how many guys that have played cricket enough to play in the smash? And not playing against bowlers all around the world. you know.
But
So
the other scary thing is, I know Alan's been up there working on the wicket, but how much
yeah,
has been put into that? You know what
right.
I
Well, I
mean?
know. the last week they've been doing a lot of work, and anything with that, it was good. They had all that rain. Remember a week ago or 2 weeks
Right.
ago, so that was
Yeah.
good for them. But I
Right.
know the last week or so, I'm driving by, I'm seeing that I've been rolling it, and the field looks in pretty decent shape. So they still got
Okay.
another nice week, you know. I'm pretty sure Reed's helping out up there. I think
Yes,
Islandstats
he
is
is.
Reed.
He is. Yes, he is.
So that's good too.
Right. Right.
So that's really good, you know.
Yeah,
So
you want a
hopefully,
good wicket up there. You want a good wicket up there. You know, something that's gonna assist the bowler and as well as the batsman. But you know, again, and it always seems to happen. We want to play there without playing there ahead of time. You know what I mean? Every wicket
yeah,
needs some track on it. So it's ball bouncing, stud marks going through it. You know,
yeah,
people running up and down on it. It just for it to mature. But we're going to go into a good tournament that's going to expose a few people if they're not prepared. You know,
yeah,
for whatever the wicket's going to do.
yeah. Well, let's hope that it does. You know, because like I said, some of these guys coming in, they'll be burning close to 80. You know, most of them will be burning 80 miles an hour, and you need guys to be, you know, at least a little bit prepared. You know, before that.
Right, right,
Um, um,
right.
and hopefully all that works out.
Yeah. So juggler, let me ask you: you gonna fold on the wicket that you're not seeing yet,
Well,
or
see,
you gonna?
I'm glad you said that, Earl, because there's a few things I just want to go back and about Doc. I will say that they have been in talks with BFA regarding the scheduling, trying to get some of those fields offline. I was teasing the competitions committee when we were doing the international games when these teams would come offline. Doc, one of the biggest things, Doc, from compared to when you was playing and back in the day, guys are not training until guys ain't picking up a cricket bat until March.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So if you add that to the scenario, most clubs, there's only a few clubs that actually earn the earned roller. Right? They've been getting rollers from East and Ashford and a few other, but chipping in.
Yeah,
You know, the cup
that's
match
true.
been helped out by the golf course has been helping them out, right? But I'm talking about during the week, most of these clubs they don't have a steady roller or working roller.
Mhm.
So when you start putting all those layers together, it's something that also as a batsman, and I'm gonna ask you because you know, as a batsman, I watched especially last week down bay with the wicket playing low. And I'm watching everybody. Well, I won't say everybody. I'm watching a lot of players based off of 2020 bet in the crease and batting deep in the crease.
Mm.
For many years, with a lot of swing or ball staying low, get out there, get out too. Obviously, with a lack of training, a lack of coaching, this is what you're gonna get.
Yeah. And like you said, there's preparation in it. Like you know, these guys got to, you know, I think a lot of them too watch too much TV. You know, they're trying to play on the batting deep in their crease to allow the ball to come onto them. But like you said, if the ball's staying low, it doesn't make sense in it. You know, it's how you're going to um play a pull shot, a hook shot, or even a cut shot, any type of shot. If the ball's not coming on even or if it's staying low. So that's a good point you brought up about rulers because they had struggled. They couldn't fix that because they didn't have a ruler. They got a ruler the week before because I spoke to Randall Swan, he's the groundsman on there, and he was able to get that wicket prepared, you know, in a week or two. And that's only because he didn't have no ruler. So you know, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of moving parts in there, you know, that you need to get. Like you said, we talk about equipment like rulers, decent covers, and clay and stuff like that. There, you know, we always used to get ours a lot earlier. And like I said, I don't know how they do it now. I mean, but that's something we definitely need to do pre-season.
I think, and this probably could hang on the board, but with all the clubs, it needs to be assessment, just like how they do when you have the international games, when you have people come down to assess our fields and playing
Oh yeah,
locations. We need that prior to the season because
definitely.
some teams and some clubs don't have the resources. Rather,
Yeah.
even a good set of covers, right?
Yeah.
Right. I watched a
So,
couple of years ago at one field, the opening game, they didn't have covers.
yeah. And you got to remember, maybe still have a lot of rain, so you need covers early in the season. July and August you could get away with it, but not early April and May. You need covers, you need everything, because you're starting early. Sometimes it's even a little cooler. I remember my first years playing. Sometimes you had to wear a long sleeve shirt. April gets cool even in early May. So there's a lot, there's a lot you have to.
Back in the day, Doc, everybody had a sweater.
Yep, exactly.
You don't see them no more.
Yeah, you don't see them anymore.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't want to dwell on that too much, but I just think they got to give the batsmen and bowlers and cricketers in general time to prepare themselves properly. And good point you said, Jason. Like, we always start earlier, so I'm not waiting for the season to start. I start running earlier. Tennis ball, get somebody throw tennis ball at me and things. I don't know if a lot of the players now, they play football and cricket. So as soon as football finish, sometimes they got a little rest, and they got to remember, if you're playing cricket, you're right back. I mean, you're playing football, you're right into cricket season. So you have to be doing something now. And I see a lot of guys start. I'm not saying every player, but I see a lot of guys training with the national squad, which is good. At least you're getting some throwdowns, you're getting a hit, but that's only the national squad players. Right. So it's not everybody that's training early. So, but you can't blame that on the clubs. They got to blame that on the players. So at least trying to get somebody to train with, to help you along with that.
I mean, many years ago, Doc, up at Rangers, when I was playing for Rangers, many years ago, Sheridan, obviously we had the concrete mat for training, but Sheridan also used to prepare a turf picker to the side.
Oh yeah, they used to do that. We used to do that too. Or like not exactly one on the side there for practice.
Yeah. So we got practice before we went to anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys are just going from concrete in training, straight to a turf picker. That's not, it's
big difference.
But that's where we are, right?
Yeah, big difference. And then we're starting 2020 now, whereas before, when I was playing, you was playing either 2-day cricket, open cricket, so you got more chance in the middle to bat long, and So now we're just going straight into 2020, and expecting these guys to perform. I mean, like, we got a century in the beginning of the season. Of course, that was our Somerset. And I think we had another century too. I think it was Isaiah. But I think that was up Somerset too.
Yeah, it was up Somerset. So even if you look at Isaiah, he scored a century there, but 4 more innings. Junior scored 30 in 4 innings after that.
Right? So most of the other, because the other fields are struggling at, whereas Somerset, you could feel, and man, if I was playing now, I said, but I'm gonna play for Somerset, man. Jeez, man. When I went up to I looked at that, I said, makes you want to play cricket. The field cut low, I spoke to all the ex-cricketers, they said, hey, the field looks nice, Everybody up there today, field cut, grass cut, nice and cut just right. You hit a 4, you ain't gotta run, Sometimes I'm seeing some of the fields, the grass is a little higher, these guys are driving the balls, not even getting to the boundary, but not up Somerset. You could play through your shot. Everything it was nice to see, man. I'm glad I went up to see that game.
Well, Doc, like I said, I was up there this week, midday. I want to say it could have been maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, midday, and Reed was out there. So once again, Somerset has the advantage of having somebody like Reed Jones who's out there on a daily basis,
Yeah, man.
And really curating that field. Not just the wicket. The field.
The field,
yeah, the field too. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The field and the wicket, both. Yeah, and it's one thing. It's got help to do it. That's the main thing. You need the help, man. He can't all do it by himself, but it's got that help. The guys is willing to help him there. The club's helping him. Whatever he needs, they get it. So which is great, because sometimes, clubs, hey, we need this, you need that. Yeah, we can get it. And sometimes when they do get it, it's a little bit too late, isn't it?
Way too late. Yeah.
So look, guys, I gotta run, Earl.
Okay.
I just pulled over. I'm gonna try to get on later when I go down, but I just gave you some from the games what I seen
Not
today.
a problem, brother. Safe journey.
All right, mate.
Okay.
All right.
All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our commercial break, our first commercial break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the lineup of the matches. We'll be right back.
You ever crack open a Coke and just perfect?
It's that cold, classic hit that never lets you down.
Whether you're chilling with friends or just need a break, you can't go wrong with Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Nothing else compares.
Proudly distributed by Butterfield and Vallis.
May 24th weekend is almost here, a day filled with tradition, celebration, and one of Bermuda's biggest race days. Whether you're out cheering, running, or heading straight to the beach or the boat, Lindo's has everything you need, from fresh food and barbecue favorites to snacks, drinks, and easy meals for the whole day. Stock up early and keep things simple so you can enjoy every moment. Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Beneath the clear blue sky, where the ocean meets the land, and the long-tails fly in Bermuda. Our hearts belong to this beautiful island. As an island, we are strong, proudly Bermudian. In every single way, from the sunrise to the sunset, and every single day for over 135 years. It's been clear, Lady Silence, proudly Bermudian, bringing us near. Cause we are proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian. Digital is proudly Bermudian.
And welcome back. Well, at Southampton Oval, the champion Southampton Rangers defeated relegated PHC by 128 runs, Juggler. Rangers were sent to bat by PHC. I guess to make a day out of it, right?
Yeah, that's hey now or her.
But they only had 10 men, so
Yeah, that's another. I think they're probably waiting for somebody to come.
Yeah. Anais Bascom got some Rangers off to a flying start. 47 off of 16 balls, 6 sixes, 2 fours. No running between the wicket there. Jordan De Silva, 57 off of 27, 5 sixes, 2 fours. The Unstoppable 22. Nairobi Carmichael, 18 off of 18. Rest really not into Dante Wellman, 4. Alex Dua, 8. Dalen Richardson, 3. Deontay Darrell, 0. Deontay Brengman, 0. And Quillan Richardson, 2. Not out. Getting that fast start. Well, obviously they were losing wickets because they were 1 for 19, 2 for 50. When Nias went, he went for 49, and they were 71 for 3. And then Dalen went 75 for 4. And then it was that stand between Dion. Well, no, Dion was out. Jordan and who? Jordan and Nakari put on, what was it, 60 odd? Actually, yeah, more than 60 odd. Yeah, it was 80 odd. But getting a good start was perfect for Rangers, wouldn't you say?
It was definitely, and I just had to take a quick peek. Nice, the strike rate for the year has been for 200, almost 250.
Yeah.
So
he don't need too many balls to put his dot.
That whole season, he hasn't turned into the big numbers.
Right.
He's gotten the 30s and the 40s, and it's gotten them very, very fast.
Yeah. Yes.
I think PAC, obviously not seeing Delray today.
They would have been happy to say that.
Oh, he had to work. Nice.
He could have taken a few with him, though, didn't
But Jordan DeSilva, the last 2 weeks, he's come good, man. He's come really good.
Yeah.
Man. You look at Jordan 5, 6s, 2 4s, his strike rate's over 200. Like, they go that deep. They go that deep, right?
Yeah.
And bear in mind, PAC is a bunch of young people. So, you got the likes of even Isaiah Todd, who Bill gave up 36, but then he turned around and bet it early.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Sage Carter and Ori Wilson, you got Charles Trott coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th change.
Yeah.
So I think for more of PAC, that's more of a developmental side.
Right.
For them, it's just small targets.
Mm-hmm.
Small targets. Like you said, last week get knocked down for 13, but hey, this week, look where you got. You know what I'm saying? So,
but look at it. This is the team that got promoted last year, so they were a year younger last year.
Yeah.
Now they've got a Premier Division season under the belt. They go down, and if they come back up, there'll be a different mental group.
Earl, I see at least 3, maybe 4 kids under 16.
Oh yeah.
So it's and I've heard many people. Well, these kids might be too young to get. Hey, this is all learning for them. This is all experiences for them, right? This is all experience, and these little kids facing people like Nairobi, who's been on fire with the ball, who led the league in wickets in 2020. So, it's. I love what I love competition, and somebody automatically would have said, "Well, Rangers playing PAC, but guess what? They stood up, even though it was for 90-yard, but they stood up. And after coming off for 13, you joked about it, right? But even though it was 1 man short, but yeah.
Hey, once they got 14, they celebrate.
So I wonder now, how many people are against
14? And if one player gets 14, you celebrate even more. Small mercies, man, step by step.
And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty.
Yeah. I mean, even when they replied, like you said, Isaac Todd and Ori Wilson, 2 youngsters opening, 15 and 12.
Got a good little start.
They faced a lot of balls. That's okay. They weren't throwing away no wicket.
If it wasn't for Deion and Jordan for 85-run partnership, it might be a different story, because other than that, the next biggest partners, Nairobi and Corey Smith at 36. So, but once again, you're playing PAC, you're playing a bunch of young kids.
Yeah.
So even for them, sometimes Earl, and I hate to say this, even as a veteran, sometimes even hard playing against those little kids, because you don't want to get out by that little 14-year-old, right?
Yeah.
That
walk back to the pavilion. You know what you got in the pavilion, right? God's gonna be chirping.
Everything's closed.
God's gonna be chirping.
You hear it? God's be chirping on Horseshoe Bay. You still hear it. But congratulations to Rangers. Obviously, it's one of the things that they were looking to do once they formed this side. I think nothing less than trying to win it all. Realistically, their expectations, and I'm pretty sure with Deion, the way Deion thinks, they want to win everything. I'm pretty sure. I think they want to win all the coin tosses and everything.
They went from first division champions to Premier Division champions all in one season.
Yeah,
how's that?
No, but that's the parity, right? That's the parity.
Yeah,
that's the parity, because, like you said, once you form these super squads, and I say super squads, you're going to get that, right? You're going to get that. The problem is with that is the consistency over 3 and 4 seasons.
Yeah.
You don't see super squads, rather it's another team next year, another team the year before. They come and they go.
Yeah. They
come and they go. So be interesting how long that this squad stays together.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the final Premier Division game, so St. George's beat St. David's by 91 runs.
Yeah. I was expecting a closer game, though.
I was as well. St. George's got off to a good start with Enzari Painter and Mackay Simmons. Lost
was
the
the
first
game.
wicket on 51 from 6 overs. That was Mackay going for 16, but Anzari stayed there, made 61 off of 48, 4 fours, 3 sixes. Jonte went for 16 off of 15. Keegan Jones 9, Zico Burgess 11 off of 14, Sinclair Smith 17 off of 9, 1-4, 1-6. He's changed his style of batting. You can see that he's become a little more aggressive. Jaquil Hill 8 runs off of 7 balls, and Zachary Seymour 15 off of 5. That's right at the death. So 2 fours, 1 6. Got him to that 15. He could walk around with his chest stuck out. If you look at the Berlin, Aaron Painter, 2 for 31 off of 4. Justin Pitcher, 4 for 19 off of 4. Derek didn't get any wickets off his 4, 34 runs. Brian Hall, 27 runs given up over 4 overs. And Naquan Smith, 60 runs off of his 4 overs. Look at those partnerships. Once they got that 51-run partnership, it was pretty much in the 30s after that of the partnerships that built the inning for St. George's. I did note Isaiah O'Brien, I guess, still got that back injury because he did not bowl. He did bat. In their reply, only 2 players in double figures, and that was Dean Simons on 13 and Derek Bremen with 21. Everybody else was in single figures, which kind of has been a surprise for St. David's because they have been scoring. They've had batsmen, at least 2 or 3 batsmen in the 40s or 50s each game, but it didn't work out that well this time around.
Also surprised that OJ Pitcher played because he had pulled up an injury last week. But good to see him back out.
Right.
Like you said, the Ricardo Bregman has been scoring runs freely throughout the season. Brian Holtz chipped in here and there.
Right.
And Makai Young's chipped in here and there. But if you add those 3 totals up, along with OJ, that's 2, 4.
They get 10?
You sure I'm good at this? So, yeah. And that's it, right? But that's cricket though. That is cricket.
That's cricket. Some days it works for you, some days it don't. If you look at it, Saki Robinson, who used to play for St. David.
He got into him early.
Yeah.
He started it.
3 for 9 off of 4 overs, 17 dot balls for him, which is something that
How you couldn't play Saki? You got this is your little nephew. Bro, you taught him how to go. How Saki dazzled, mesmerized the batting lineup today.
And you can see Saki just putting on that grin.
Oh, hey, chest out, head up, just walking off.
It's almost like you got a hood in one, man.
Oh man, he built well today, and surprised. Even if the batting lineup for St. George's, he didn't even bat.
Yeah, he didn't bat. Yeah,
made on the order, but I guess he took it out of empty ball, man. 3 for 9, man. 17 dot balls, man. That was excellent to keep. Excellent.
Yeah, definitely. Several other guys getting 2 wickets, and it was just a mixture, a handful. Everybody chipped in with the ball. You look at somebody like Keegan Jones. He built 3 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 5, 13 dot balls. His economy rate was 1.67.
Yeah. St. David's just never got a partnership. After 13, they got 11, 2, 3, 5, 6, 19, 4, 1, 13.
Yeah.
It's not.
And when you're in that position, it just makes makes the whole day that much difficult because 1 or 2 people just could not get settled.
Tell me something, Earl. That was that. I mean, 2020 is hindsight, but basically, really nobody had nothing to play for either, right?
Well, other than position, those 2 teams were safe. It was who's going to come second. That's That's all that was up for grabs.
That means the first loser. So nobody like
Yeah.
You know, but in saying that, you still want, like I said, some of these players, and I'll say it again, some of these players want to go into the Smash next weekend with some type of nick, right? So, Max Mackay, I believe Zari, Jonte, Zico, some of these guys, they want to go in, and even Derek and these guys, they want to go in with some type of nick.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into the first division. I do want to go back, and I'm just gonna bring this up a sec if it hurries up. The first division standings is a bit.
You clear it up, not me.
Huh?
You clear it up, not me.
It's difficult to clear up because
those matches was just a school book.
Well, it has Warwick playing 5 games, 1-4, 1-4, and 1 tie. Then it's got Flats playing 6 games. I don't know how that happens, but they won 3, lost 2, and a draw. That draw was the one over St. David's last couple of weeks ago where the wicket wasn't ready.
Okay.
Remember them and Warwick shared the point, right?
Yes. Okay, I got you.
Okay. So one of those games are going. So I think they only have 35 points. And I believe with Cleveland County's victory today, see if they've played 5, they've won 3. So Flats have only won 2, lost 2, and drawn 1.
So I'm looking at where Flats have won 3 out of the 6.
Right. So one of those 3 is a double. The way they do it is sometimes if the games record a double.
Okay.
So they've only played 5. So they should only have 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Puts them on 25 points, right? Cleveland County would have been the other team promoted on 30 points and a better run rate.
So right now we're waiting to see the Cleveland or Flats go join Warwick.
It looks as if it's going to be Cleveland because of the run rate the way it is right now, because Cleveland are ahead of Willicott, the team they beat today. So I think it's going to be Cleveland going up as opposed to Flats going up. But you have to wait till the board sort it out, and however, because if you look at it, Somerset Bridge also have played 6 games. Everybody else played 5. So one of those 6. Right. You know what I mean? They probably, the day they played Flats, they probably scored the game twice.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's get into the results then. We sorted that out. So the best we could, we sorted it out.
Well, it makes sense to us right now. That's
yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, but it makes sense.
You're wrong. Okay. Listen. I can only go by what I see here.
Here we go.
All right.
That's game or the Cleveland game?
What's that?
Which game we gonna do now?
Let's start off with that Cleveland Willicott's game, because that one would have been to decide who was gonna join Warwick. And Willicott's won the toss and they sent Cleveland to bat. Cleveland scored 141 for 9.
Had them in trouble.
Yeah. Deep trouble too.
They let them loose.
Deep trouble. 5 for 1, 5 for 2, 6 for 3, 4 for 16, 5 for 33, 6 for 33, 7 for 59, 8 for 107, 9 for 120. When you say it's 6 for 33,
had them in trouble.
Jamal Proctor out for 10. Mackay McGowan, Doc. Jabari Darrell, Doc. Qshai Darrell, 1. Clay Darrell, 16. Michael De Silva, 2. And Kristen Singh, 33. And Isaiah Crichton, 17. That's where they runs. That's where they built that little nest egg there. Tamari Tucker scoring 32. You know, those valuable. Yeah, those valuable 70-odd runs right there.
That's half the total.
Yeah. And if they had 16 extras, but you know, you had Micah Simons, 4 for 29.
Go well today.
Yeah. He just didn't get the help that he needed to clean it up. Kamal Bashir, 1 for 27. Sergio Reyna, 1 for 26. Nakori Swan, 1 for 30. They just did not get that killer. They had it, but they just didn't get that killer at the end to get it over the line. And then obviously Wilcox go in and they lose Ross and Shaquille.
That got ugly too.
Yeah. For 8 and 9. And then if you look at the scorecard, 1 for 18, 2 for 28, 3 for 30, 4 for 30, 5 for 35, 6 for 50, 7 for 68, 8 for 89, 9 for 89, and then all out for 92. Just never able to. They struggle, right? It was one of those things of a struggle. When you look at it, Proctor, 3.4 overs, 1 for 26, 14 dot balls. McGowan, 4 overs, 1 for 12, 16 dot balls. Qshai Darrell, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 6, 18 dot balls. Clay Darrell, 4 overs, 3 for 10, 15 dot balls. Isaiah Crichton, 3 overs, 3 for 23, 12 dot balls. And Tybray Robinson, he bowled at 1 over and gave up 11 runs. But they were consistent in the dot balls, which kind of capped them right in the game.
Earl, if you look at most of those guys' building stats, they will only give up runs on a third of the balls they build.
Yeah.
Most of those builders gave up runs on a third of the. So 2/3 of the balls that they build were dot balls.
Dot balls. And that's where the discipline comes in.
Creighton, Darrell, McGowan. You know, if you look at 16 dot balls, well, you know what that is, Earl. That's almost 3 overs. You only build 4.
Yeah. Right.
18 dot balls. Once again, it's 3 overs. You only build 4.
Yeah.
So it's some good tidy building there from Cleveland, and that could have been. I mean, like I said, sometimes the low scores are just hard to get.
The hardest ones to get. Yeah. Because you get in that mindset. Oh, we knocked that off at the first 3, but when you start losing those wickets, that rot's already set in. It's very difficult to pull yourself out of it.
Be interesting. I don't know the schedule. I probably have to find the schedule for the Western Cunnies this year, because even though we talk about the Smash coming up and the 50s, but also some of these teams have got to get ready for the Cunny season, which I know the Western Cunny starts the first week of July, right? So
first 2 weeks of July. Yeah.
So and I'm looking at this Cuts team, majority of these guys will be playing Cunny. From this squad here. So I'm not sure how many gas players are going to bring, but that's going to be a majority. And looking at the Cleveland squad, it's going to be a handful of these guys are definitely going to play.
Right.
So depending on, obviously they'll bring in those gas players, but it's going to be interesting as this league goes on, because you're going to have to break. Some of these guys will not be playing Smash, so they will be off for the next week.
Right, and well, the smart one would be for the club to arrange a game for them to play, to keep them in nick and give them an opportunity to get either some bowling or batting practice.
Well, now I'm thinking, Earl, some of these guys will be playing for 2 weeks between now and Cunny, innit? Because
and that's the point I'm making.
The guys who are not in the national squad, because you got the tournament coming.
Right. Yeah.
So Yeah, that'd be something that they do it in football, right?
Yep.
There's practice matches in, so it'd be
Right.
interesting if these clubs do have those friendly matches.
Give your batsman an opportunity to do, to work on some things. Even if you play a 60 over match with open rules, just to allow the batsman to do, not feel pressured. And the same thing to bowler, not feel pressured. Those type of things. That's an open opportunity for them to get some time in the middle. That will feel everything. But
be interested what your preparation will be like going into those counties.
Sure. Warwick Workman defeated Devonshire Recreation Club by 84 runs. That game saw at Southampton saw a windy toss, and they elected to bowl. Warwick started off Kamal Levrop, 49 off of 33, 7 fours, 2 sixes. They got Trey Mendes early.
First ball.
Yeah. And they got
Stephen early.
Yeah, and Staffen early, he got 2. But then they left at the wicket, Malachi and Kamal. They took it from 14 for 2 to 82 for 3. In what was that? 6 point? Yeah, 5 point something it was. And then Kamal got out on the 49. Malachi went on to make 43. Luke Fulton added 30 from 22. Jamar Stovall, 21 from 19. Corey Burgess, 13 from 9. So the batsmen, basically, the ones that got going, kept the scoreboard ticking over. When you look at for the Rack and Berlin, Jazade Samuels, 1 for 27 from 4. Orlando Moseed, 4 overs, 2 for 21. Lorenzo Simmons, none for 28. Christopher Daly, 1 for 33. And we can compare what we were just talking about Cleveland, Juggler, to Devonshire Recreation Club. The fact that the dot balls were far lower than the runs conceded.
Yes.
Which made a big difference in that 175.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said it right. I mean, and that's a lot of times it builds pressure, right? So if these guys are not used to playing in pressure, I mean, I think what happens is the consistency of some of these teams, because you might have, for the sake of argument, and I'm just looking at the scorecard, you might have a few guys that have got it around 5 runs an over, 6 runs an over. And one guy will come on and give up 18 on the over, or 20 on the over, 13. Right. So all the pressure that you created, then you just lifted your valve.
Lifted it, yeah. Because all it takes is 1 or 2 overs to lift that pressure right off you.
So, and unfortunately, that these guys are the 4th and 15th bowlers, right? So, it's hard, because once that happened, like I said, they were going so strong after 13 overs, right? They were still at 118, right?
Right.
But even saying that, they didn't score 30 runs in the next. I think there's 10 runs an over, still 10 runs an over at almost at 17 overs. So it's hard because if you don't get off to a decent start, and that's where Rack just didn't get a good start at all. And unfortunately, besides the 19 runs they got in the first, that was 19, 0, 20, 0, 6, 35, 2, 7, 2. That's the game.
Yeah. So always they were always behind the chasing of the runs, and wickets were falling on a regular basis. That made it that much more difficult.
But the quality of bowling that Warwick have, I'm actually curious now and anxious to see what Warwick will look like in Premier next year if this side stays together.
Right.
because they still don't have the likes of Luke Horan.
Right.
It would be interesting what this side would do against Rangers. Up the Rangers, because it'll be a nice. It's obviously the both of them field.
Yeah.
Right? I would say Rangers probably got about a betting side on paper. But an overall burden, I think work may nip them a bit, maybe.
Right.
I really had a great year. Great year. But good to see Jamar Stubble back in.
Yeah.
Stephen's always going to be reliable. Kevon Fubler, Malachi, Steph Campbell only giving up 12 runs, 19 dots.
And you notice Kamal didn't build today.
Oh, well, yeah. And Delray didn't play either. So,
Right.
I mean, Kamal didn't play. Kamal didn't build. I'm sorry, you're right. Kamal didn't build. So that's it'd be interesting next season.
Yeah.
For this one side. But congratulations to them, though. They definitely deserved it.
Yeah. My roomie is walking tall.
I got a lot of things to say about him, but I'm gonna be nice. He has to join me this year.
he might not be that tall, but it's walking tall.
The good thing is, I knew which games is not available.
Oh boy!
Thank goodness they didn't need him too bad. That's all I can say.
Listen. I'm still got pictures of him actually batting for Warwick. Okay.
Earl, that's that. I don't believe you. I can't.
You don't? You don't?
Pictures. No, it can't be no pictures.
Can't be no pictures. These field, mate. I went up there. I said, "Hold on."
Earl, that's good. Earl, don't say hi, Earl. You can't tell me that's a hi.
My mate, oh my gracious boy. But anyway, let's go to this final game. Somerset Bridge went down to Flats Victoria by 7 wickets.
I thought that might have been a closer one too.
Yeah. We saw that one at Wellington. Somerset Bridge won the toss and decided to bat. Everybody else that won the toss sent the other team, and they got a mountain of runs. So Bridge must have said, "But let's try and get runs." Well, no, they didn't. 1 without loss, 2 for 10, 3 for 34, 4 for 34, 5 for 59, 6 for 60, 7 for 67, 8 for 68, 9 for 70, and all out for 83. Top scored Jason Smith, who's been the top scorer the last, I guess, 3 weekends. They just Sean Riley, usually consistent with the bat.
He went first ball.
Yeah.
Neil's also he hasn't been consistent at all this year at all.
Right.
And look, these are two mean batsmen for a Bridge to get a decent score.
You rely on these guys to get you at least 20-something, 25 to 30.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going and the scoreboard hasn't reached 10, you're already starting behind. Adrian 7, I said Jason 20, Patrick Deal 12, Samir 8, Donnie Charles 2, Mackay Jacobs 6, Henrik McIntosh 1, Noah Woods 6, Anaya West 7. Sure. Good thing they got those 12 extras.
Yeah, but once again, I mean, look at the building. It was a good building by Kawan Franks, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was 2 for 17, but 17 dot balls. So that's
dot balls. Yeah.
3 overs of dot balls, Earl. I mean, it's
even Corey Tucker Smith. Yeah, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 10, 18 dot balls. Yeah, that's 3 overs. Yeah.
So 10 came off of 1 over.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it's. I'm glad you get some of these players, and then when you got the likes of Treddy, right?
Treddy, 15 dot balls from 3.2 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 6. It's just,
What?
yeah.
The luxury that flats have now, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I want to go back too because I saw something today, and I was surprised to see the name there, Bill today. But back in that St. George's game, Onias basking. I mean, the Rangers game, Onias.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
You know, he's had a shoulder injury for years that's restricted him.
Yeah.
And he done well today. He took what, 3 wickets or so?
5 wickets.
5 wickets. I'm sorry, 5 wickets. Yes,
Yeah.
I did see that. So
5 for 5, I believe it was.
I'm hoping he's
5 for 6.
resting that shoulder. I hope he's resting it, Earl. I hope he's resting it for you, because I think that has really been missing out of the St. George's Cup match team. Him being able to just build wicket to wicket and get some wickets.
Yeah.
So hopefully his arm, his shoulder, will be strong enough for.
You're not hoping his arm is. You're not hoping that.
Earl, I want
You're
competition.
just saying that. You're just saying that.
Earl, I want to see competition, Earl, please.
You see a competition every year.
Okay, Earl. You're not gonna convince me,
It's 2 teams on the field every year.
Earl, you're not gonna convince me, Earl. I have a front seat at it. Okay? I don't know what happens to your TV, but I got a bird's eye view of everything. I'm saying it's been missing. Okay?
I haven't been fortunate for these last few years. So
all I'm saying is been missing. Okay, so I hope it comes back.
Well, brother, I want to thank you very much for joining me today.
My brother.
It's been real. Appreciate your time. Looking back at these games this week, we want to wish my co-host Terry Frey all the best.
Yes, the best.
Yeah, dealing with some family issues, and we want to make sure that hope that everything works out for him. So, folks, next week is the Smash.
Yep, we will be at the Smash. Looking for a real good tournament, the 3rd installment of this tournament.
Yeah.
A few other new players I see coming to the island. Some guys who have been here. And I, you know what, Earl, the atmosphere is getting. You feel it. You feel it. One thing I will say, when I did go out there with Shrek today, I did see the groundsman out there at the covers on it. So what have they done overnight? So I know they're trying to get the field up and running. But once again, folks, if you want to see some of our boys play against some athletes around the world, I mean, these guys are coming from Australia and South Africa and all New Zealand, coming to our island to play cricket. And I think that's something that I think we really should be proud of, that our boys get to play and rub shoulders and learn too, right? Especially the young people. They get to learn from some of these guys. And I think that was one of the major points of having this tournament and having it the way it is. So we're not just playing against each other.
Yes.
Right? We'll get to rub shoulders with guys who are actually going to the World Cup.
yeah. Which is a good thing, because you get that experience and that exposure firsthand. Sitting in a pavilion with them, talking with them, watching how they prepare themselves, and all
the habits were eating, sleeping, all the habits you get to pick their brains, right? And it's something that it's good cricket, especially the last couple of years has been really, really exciting. And I will say the organizers of the Smash, they're really, if you watch the IPL, it brings all these thrills and these spills and the cool sparks and smokes and the walkout and the drone shots and all that. So they're bringing that energy to off the field too. So, folks, if you're a cricket fan, I'm pretty sure I'll see you, or you, at least you'll hear me next week.
Yeah.
I believe it starts on the 30th, yeah?
Friday night.
Yep, starts on the 30th. So 30th, whatever 30th is, I know that's when it starts.
Or is that Saturday?
I think it's the Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday to Saturday.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, good luck. And we'll see you in the next edition of the Islandstats Cricket Show. Enjoy your night.
Take care.